In 2018, I stumbled across a movie on Netflix called Terrifier and decided to take my chance on it because I love a spooky little clown movie. Stitches, stitch me up. It, sign me up. Killer clowns from outer space, space me up. So I clicked play, and I was then greeted with possibly the most brutal and violent horror movie I've ever seen. And yes, I have seen this one, and 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 this one. I won't say it's the most disturbing movie ever made, but I will say that I have not seen such disgusting practical effects in a very, very long time. And I'll put money on the fact that Art is the scariest clown. Art would kick the ever-loving shit out of Pennywise. Art would give Pennywise a wedgie and steal his lunch money. The only clown that could ever even possibly rival Art would be Lunette from The Big Comfy Couch. Maybe. I watch this movie every year because my brain is broken. And with Terrifier 2 dropping this October, I figured now would be a great time to finally discuss this film. The movie starts, it's an interview. This woman's face is severely disfigured. We learn that she is the sole survivor of a massacre, and the woman interviewing her is the same actress who played the main character in All Hallows Eve, which was the first appearance of Art the Clown. It's not very good, but we got Art out of it, and that's good. And then boom, it's time for the intro. We see Art putting on his makeup, putting on his tiny little hat. Look at his cute little hat. Look at that hat. He's so cute. He's frightening, but like that's such a cute choice. Anyway, so after this interview, we're in the dressing room with the woman giving the interview, and she's mean. She's a mean lady.
I think she looks that bad on television. Imagine what she looks like sitting 2 feet away from you. I was gonna gag at one point.
We experience quite the talk shit get hit moment as the disfigured woman pops out, gouges her eyes out, and then laughs maniacally. I take it she's possessed. I figured this is something we're gonna learn in Terrifier 2. Up in the air, but I'm fairly certain that that's what's going on. Now we're getting into the story. We're getting into the real meat and potatoes of the plot. So we got these 2 drunk girls fumbling home, Halloween night, in a ghost town, apparently. Like, there's no one anywhere at any point. Like extras, we don't know. It's low budget, but like the fact that it's just empty really tickles me. Like, that's very funny. We have sexy skeleton Tara and sexy scarecrow Dawn. And is Dawn a great actress? No, but I love her anyway. She's the exact kind of unhinged mess that this movie needs, that most horror movies need. Tara's like, oh no, Dawn, you're too drunk to drive a car. And Dawn's like, nah, I'm not. And then Art the Clown is in the corner like, what was that? He's being threatening in the corner with his like scary trash bag and his scary face and his cute tiny little hat. And so they decide they're gonna go get some pizza, eat the pizza, sober up, drive home, happy Halloween. Dawn's trashed, by the way. She falls asleep on the car. Like, she's a wreck. I love her. Dawn is everything to me. So they're in the pizza place with these 2 guys who are like just so severely Italian. They remind me of my whole family.
Where am I gonna go? Back to my wife? Same shit. Maybe another 2 hours?
Where am I gonna go? Back to my wife?
Oh, here we go.
That was the longest piss I've ever taken.
I love her. I love Dawn. They have a conversation that's kind of boring a little bit. It doesn't matter at all. And then, oh, here comes Art with his trash bag and his teeny little hat. And he sits down next to them and he's just acting a mess. And so is Dawn. And you're thinking like, you know, maybe they'd be cute together. They're both so messy. Dawn, icon that she is, decides to like sit on Art's lap and like take a few little selfies, and it doesn't feel important, but that's gonna be important later on in the movie. The pizza guys go up to Art and they're like, if you're not gonna order nothing, you're gonna have to go. Gabagool. But then he buys a ring out of the egg prize dispenser. Whatever, and he proposes to Tara and he puts the ring on her finger. And then Art goes to the bathroom, and then he gets kicked out of the bathroom. And then the girlies leave the pizza restaurant. So as the girls are walking back to the car, the man in the bathroom is cleaning up Art's mess. I've never seen a bathroom blown up this bad in my whole entire life. He's writing art on the wall in poopy art wall. And he's like, I better be getting paid overtime for this. But then when he walks out, there's just, bam, the other guy's head Tony, no! The man-o-lantern. Everything's carved. Like, he jack-o'-lanterned this man's head. It's disgusting. It's nasty. All the practical effects in this movie are nasty. And then Art jumps out and kills this other guy, too. Just like stabby, 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 stab. So many. It's a lot of... Art's thing is unchecked brutality. Just the most disgusting, graphic, sadistic... Every crime is a crime of passion. And, like, for that, I sort of admire him. They get back to the car and, oh no! The tire is slashed. Uh-oh. Now what? Tara calls her sister Vicky to come get her. And this scene fascinates me because Vicky's like, oh man, I'm studying for this exam. And then Vicky's roommate and some guy fumble in and start making out like on Vicky's bed, on the roommate's bed. Whose bed is this? Is there one bed in the room? I don't know what's going on. And frankly, I don't care because we're not interested in Vicky right now. We're interested in Dawn and Tara right now. So now we're back to them. Tara's like, oh no, I have to pee. But she won't just pee in an alley. I don't know why not. There's no people in this whole entire town. Like, who's gonna see her? So just then, a janitor pops out of this building. Tara's like, please let me pee. And Dawn's like, please let her pee.
Let her use the bathroom, for God's sake!
And he lets her in to pee. And instead of her being like, maybe you should like just wait outside the door for me because I'm feeling kind of sketched out. She's like, no, I'm good. I'm good to just pee by myself in this terrible toilet. In this big, giant, confusing building. I'm gonna be fine. She's not fine.
Out the door, you see someone that you know and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So as Tara's bumbling around this condemned building, Dawn is in the car, and there's a news report about a guy in a clown suit who just murdered 2 guys in a pizza parlor. Mamma mia. She hears the car door open and close. She looks over like, oh my God, you'll never believe what's happened. It's Art. So now Dawn's gone. Tara's still wandering around this building and fumbles into a woman who serves very little purpose to the plot, if I'm being totally honest, but she's got a baby doll that she thinks is her daughter. That's all we really need to know about this woman. I'm pretty sure she's credited on IMDb as just like the woman. Like, I don't think there's really anything to her. Whatever, she has this one line that's like, punctuality is the thief of time, dear. And I love that for her. That's great. And now we have the first of like a few too many cat and mouse scenes. You could tell that Damien just needed to pad the runtime of the movie and was just like, I don't know, I have just chase her around, whatever. The only thing that matters in this scene really is he cuts her Achilles heel, so she's got to limp around for the whole rest of the movie. And we'll come to find out that Tara's really good at like stabbing him once or hitting him once and not finishing the motherfucking job. What you have empathy for? He's not even a person. Look at him. Boring scene of Vicky driving, who cares? Tara finally makes her way to like the main part of the house and sees the janitor, but he's got like AirPods in, and then she gets got. Art stabs her with a syringe full of who knows. End scene. And very, very long cat and mouse scene. This is that scene. This scene coming up is that scene. So, Tara wakes up, strapped to a chair. Spooky clown digging through a bag of utensils. He gets like a hatchet. He's like, whoop, uh-oh, nope, ha 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 ha, like taunting her with it. And then he gets out a hacksaw. He does the exact same thing. Is it a hacksaw? I'm not a carpenter, nor am I a serial killer. So do I know the names of every tool? No, but I'm pretty sure it's a hacksaw. He does the same thing. He's like, oh, gonna get you. Nope. And in front of her, there's like a big sheet. And I think we all know what's gonna be behind this sheet. It's Dawn. Dawn was gone and now Dawn is back. And can we guess what's about to happen? Because let me tell you. Let me tell you how not ready for this I was the first time I saw it. He saws her in half. Like long ways. Like hot dog style. And it goes on forever. I've seen online discourse as to whether this or Bone Tomahawk has the more disgusting hot dog style kill. It's a good debate, to be sure. I have to give it to Terrifier because it goes on for so long. In fact, hold on, I'm gonna time it. full minute. Saws her in half long ways for a full minute. And he gets it to like here. But I think he would have gone the whole way had Tara not busted out of the chair. She busts out of the chair, stabs him one time, and then runs away. And we are once again both catting and mousing. Grabs a plank of wood, she hits him a few times, she gets him onto the ground. As the viewer, you're like, nice, nice. And then she starts yelling, get back up. Take care of it. Take care of it. So he starts to get back up. And then he whips out a gun and shoots her. The fact that Art has a gun has polarized this fan base. I, for one, think it's so funny. He's got his, like, trash bag full of torture tools, but then, like, up the pant leg, he's just strapped just in case. And as all this is happening, like, the neighbor is just rocking the baby doll back and forth like, it's okay. Don't worry about that. Shoots her one time in the face, just as Vicky is showing up. But then he has to go back to his bag to reload the gun. So, as he's reloading the gun, Vicky texts that she has arrived to Dawn's phone. And then Art texts back, like, as Dawn, like, if Dawn's not feeling good, come around the back. And then he stops to take a selfie with Dawn. I don't care what anyone says, that's good storytelling. We really came full circle on the selfie. So now as Vicky's walking in, Art comes back around, shoots Tara 10 times in the face. Yes, the film has pulled a Ned Stark. Our final girl is dead. She's not our final girl. We've swapped final girls. So the only person to witness this is the neighbor lady, who then runs off, finds the janitor. The janitor's like, who are you? Like, you're not supposed to be here. No one's supposed to be here. And then Art fucking clocks him with a hammer and smashes his phone. Is Art the Clown Rice Gum? Conspiracy theory unlocked. Vicky's wandering around. Neighbor lady realizes, the doll is gone. Her daughter is gone. Emily, no. The purpose of Vicky wandering around is literally just to give us a little bit of time so that the neighbor lady can find Art with the baby doll. And we get this very strange scene where the woman is like, have you ever felt a mother's touch before? And like touches his face and he starts sucking his thumb and we're wondering if like, maybe he's not a bad guy. Maybe he just didn't get enough hugs as a kid. A second janitor shows up because he was trying to call the first janitor, but then the first janitor got hit with a hammer. He doesn't matter. Very few of the characters in this film matter. Just because I love it doesn't mean that it's good. Anyway.
Forgot to mention that Vicky finds Dawn, but, you know, Vicky finds Dawn. It's not great.
So Vicky stumbles into a room and sees a woman with dark hair face down on the ground, assumes that it's Tara, but just wait. Because she looks over and the neighbor lady is scalped on the floor, boobs cut off, like, no, help. And then Art the Clown pops up, wearing her hair and her boobs. This is a serve and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's not. Art is giving right now and I have no choice but to take. Art is serving up Detox from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 5. Art is giving us all he's got and we have no choice but to live for it. Unfortunately, we are now back to both catting and mousing. More of it. They're giving us more of it. The other janitor gets into the building just in time to get his fucking head cut off. I'm telling you, no one matters. Fun fact though, this was the first scene they filmed in the movie. Yeah. I watched an interview, but his head got cut off just in time for more catting and mousing, but this is the one where Art gets to ride around on his little tricycle with his little hat. It's so fun. The little fun moments really make it worth it. Look at him go. Look at him go. He's just loving it. All right, we're catting and mousing. We're catting and mousing. Oh my god, we're literally mousing. Art tries to strangle her with a plastic bag. She busts out of it because she's the smartest character in the movie. It's not saying a ton, but it's saying something. We're catting and mousing. We're catting and mousing. We're catting and mousing. And oh, good, the janitor who got hit in the head with a hammer didn't die. We're catting and mousing. We're catting and mousing. Oh, so Vicky finds Tara. It is sad, but I think we need to get our priorities in order and not just sit there and cry. Because if you sit there and cry, then that gives Art the perfect opportunity to hit you with, like, scalpels on a stick or whatever this weapon is. This weapon is disgusting, by the way. Absolutely twisted, absolutely heinous. The way that he's laughing as he's beating her with it. Ooh, like, he's scary. He is scary. Yeah, it's like scalpels and fishing hooks, like, tied to a stick. It's awful. And then bam, here comes the janitor to save the day, and by that I mean hit him once! Everyone's just hitting this guy once. I'm over it. I'm tired of it. The good news is that the janitor is able to call the police. The bad news is that Art stomps his head open like a watermelon. Like, I really have to give so much credit to whoever was in charge of the practical effects on this movie, because they're incredible. And so it is time to both cat and mouse one last time. He chases her into, like, a garage. She locks it. I like that he honks at her with like a clown horn. Like, he can't get to her, so he just... So we kind of think she might be safe, right? We kind of think that maybe he's backed off. And then he drives a car through the door and he hits her with the car. And he jams out to some jazz music for a minute. And then the police finally show up and he's eating her face. They're gonna shoot him, but he shoots himself. And we're thinking problem solved. And she survived in spite of having her face eaten. So that's cool. And now we're in the morgue. This is the worst scene. I'll sum it up really fast. They get the body bags. One of them is the janitor. One of them is Art. And then the lights do some spooky flashies. And then Art pops up and then strangles the mortician. End scene. But it's not the last scene. There's one more. We're sometime later, and Tara has been through all of her physical therapy, and she's being released. And they turn her around in the wheelchair. And she's the disfigured woman from scene 1. Who saw it coming? Everybody. I know I did. And I never see anything coming. I'm an idiot. But anyway, that's Terrifier. I'm so excited for the sequel. I'm so excited to find out exactly what's going on. Based on All Hallows Eve, Art the Clown is a demon. And so that's why he can just come back over and over and over. It's just to cut him up, slice, dice, dash, cut in half, gutted, rotted, disgusting movie that I watch every single year. And I'll watch it again in full this year. I watched it in little tiny chunks throughout this video just to make sure I was getting the sequence of events right, but I love it. Have you guys seen it? Do you guys love it? What's your favorite practical effect? Mine is the girl getting sawed in half. Happy Halloween. I'll talk about the second one when I get a chance. I think it comes out next week, so very excited.